as they have just spawned. Limp going to be playing the puck this time around as the pre-game tips will be coming out as per norm. And Limp is actually smoked up. He gets the ward down, but I think he was spotted here. So that will likely be a free... Yeah, exactly. And they're going to give it to... Actually, they'll give it to Save. Do you try to prioritize a specific hero to get this ward, or you just take it out before anybody else?
Oh, which ward are we talking about?
They dewarded this one, and they gave the money to Save. Instead of like a mid laner or something like that.
That's interesting. Well, maybe he said, I bought the Sentry, I'm getting the gold back.
Yeah,
Dota players, they are, very greedy. They've been throughout the Dota history.
This is accurate as FNG. Spotting out there a bit here. But yeah, this is going to be a much better showing from Alliance. I can feel it deep. I mean, it's going to be better regardless because I haven't seen a shellacking like that in quite a while. So we'll see how things go. This actually shows the Arcana for the Wraith game. That's interesting. Okay. It's funny that works in lobbies because it definitely does not actually count towards the Arcana, but hey.
Yeah, it shows when I'm obsing as well. It's like, yeah, I don't own Wraith King Arcana. What's this showing to me? I'm not getting any points.
It's basically free advertisement for a set that you actually can't buy, so anymore at least. As he's already actually queued up his items. You don't see this too often, but for Nightfall, we'll be going Phase Boots Radiance. And we'll see if he ends up changing anything on the way. But that has been basically the build. Sometimes we see the Midas with the Armlet, but doesn't look like that's going to be the case this time around. I mean, they don't really have any like Shadow Demon types or Terrorblade types where you have to worry about your illusions going ham on your team. Radiance just seems to be the go-to for this hero right now.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of Armlet into Radiance because it allows you to fight with the team early on. Yeah, your Radiance is delayed, but then again, you are able to also farm it up a bit faster in terms of like not having any items. You're just Phase Boots, maybe Phase Boots into casual gloves. But the damage, the Mortal Strike plus Armlet always feels good because you have that guaranteed Kingslayer dropping low.
Shockwave brings him back in. Fairy Fire has to be popped. Lightning Storm comes out though. Now Hanskin has to use his Fairy Fire, but both respective members of Alliance and VP get out with their lives. But good harassment overall as we see a salve picked up now. Kingslayer will have to use it on himself. All right, talk to me about this Invoker versus Puck matchup mid.
Invoker doing good. 6 CS on him, 7 right now. GPK, like, he just knows how to play Invoker. The harassment coming out from Puck is not that great, considering you have a region coming out from that Quas. And he's going into Magic One this time around. Just wants to be able to, get some turnaround potential.
Oh, FNG getting chased down. He's going to have to cold embrace himself, but now DM with that Battle Hunger applied. Try to block. Actually didn't go for the blocks there. Wants to make sure he doesn't miss any XPs. The healing word is already taken out for Nico Baby to heal up his friend. So FNG will survive here.
And big important thing is Save has this big creep that he can get from the lane. I think that's the reason why they actually gave him the money, so he can buy extra sentry wards. There is 1-2 sentries, and he's also holding one right now.
Okay. Well, top lane, we're going to have some action. S4 with the Thunder Strike applied. Force that for a bit. I mean, what about this lane from Alliance's side? You have Magnus, and you have a support Lesh, which, for the most part, we've seen mid. We've seen some position 1. We've seen some position 3. I would say support is actually the least common variation.
It is. I've seen position 4 in Southeast Asia. I've seen Puppy playing position 5 in the pubs. It has some potential. Also, it's similar to like Magnus plus Alina that was relatively popular, where you can just skewer into the stun. Maybe Alina's stun a bit easier to use.
FNG already resigned to his death, so first blood the way of Virtus.pro. And they already have a decent lead right now, but, it's... I feel like everything we're going to do is compared to the previous game, which I don't think we're going to get that, so thankfully. That was a once-in-a-blue-moon type game for sure.
Yeah, I don't think it should happen, Alliance. They can play great Dota. It's just they didn't have the greatest lineup in the previous game. Good start For the bottom lane, Axe 10 denies, 15 CS, Juggernaut 11. He also put an extra point in the Battle Hunger, but meanwhile the top lane.
Yeah, Skewer with the right clicks. They're actually going to get the trade first, though. Either way, it's a support for support. But VP technically coming out on ahead there.
I love the build on Axe this game. He goes for 1 extra point in Battle Hunger just to be able to lower the cooldown, spam it a bit more aggressively, has a Magic Stick, and the Fairy Fire. Because he understands if they go on me, full spin, I need to be able to survive.
Yeah, that is interesting. We'll see how that works out for him. But, I mean, what kind of a build... We've talked about this, I don't know if it was with you, but like the off-lane Axe has become less common than position 1 Axe these days, which is hilarious to think about. But does it actually change his build in any ways? We're going to see the enchant into the Centaur Stomp, but nope. Nico Baby with the quick fingers on his spin.
It's super greedy from the offlane. If you go Blink Manta style Shard, it's doable, plus a Vanguard on top of it, of course. It takes a lot of time to build it up. Sometimes you just don't get enough, especially if they like kill you 2 or 3 times, then that build is out of the window. You need to start thinking about the BKB build.
Right. I guess my main question is, for Axe's side, typically he, even as an offlane, he will go for that build if there's not enough damage on his team. Is there enough damage, theoretically, for VP?
Wraith King gives you damage, Invoker, Quasvex going into Urn of Shadows one more time. Like, Invoker scales. He gets the items this time around. They have a much stronger execution combo once he gets that Aghanim Scepter. You have a Call, which is probably the best one, gives you that enough lockdown, and just a Wraith King stun is also okay.
Yeah, it's funny because last game they didn't really have a ton of setup for him, but they didn't really need it. They were just snowballing in every single lane. So we'll see how that progresses for him this time around. As S4 is going to take a Wraith Fire Blast to the face. He is level 5 right now, and the kinetic field did come out, but VP not able to really do much in this lane. Is now S4 kind of dominating.
Rotation bottom.
Yeah, bottom lane we have the Illusory Orb coming out. Looks like it'll connect for now as a spin comes out as well on top of the coil, and this looks to be the death. Oh, all right, pops the Fairy Fire. DM is actually going to live for now. Now the EMP connects onto Limp. He's going to be the one to drop. So a big turnaround for VP. FNG looks to be another sacrifice for the VP gods. Nico getting pressured out as well.
And this is exactly why I mentioned that I love the build on Axe. This early stick that he usually does not pick up. We see Vanguard rushes and also a Fairy Fire, which kept him alive there. And now he's level 5.5. GPK, quick rotation, understands that Puck is missing. TP's back there, so no one was at the mid collecting XP or anything. And most importantly, Invoker, he gets a kill. He uses the Urn on Axe to go to heal him up. And once again has 2 more charges. We'll start playing aggressively on the mid lane.
Yeah, he gets the Tornado off into EMP as well. Of course, the Cold Embrace is there for FNG. And he'll walk away safely as his mid laner finally comes back into the fray. And there was a pretty big stack in this top lane. A lot of the creeps have been taken out, but S4 was relatively low despite having level 2 in power, not able to really get a ton of them himself. So it looks like Nightfall is going to try to take that for himself instead. And you can see GPK trying to make a rotation here, but he was spotted out. As Kingslayer, yep, a little bit of vision there with the kinetic field. We'll get the D-Ward. The question is, will it cost him his life? The Lightning Storm is there. Shockwave to bring him back. And the Glimpse will get S4 out of there. Tries to do the skewer trick, but not in time. Does it have to be like perfect frame? Is that how that works?
Yeah, not the greatest trick from the sleeve there. Axe now with the Vanguard, pretty unkillable. They need to bring Puck, or Juggernaut needs to be level 6 to be able to kill him. Too much regeneration. We're going to see it one more time.
Oh, the Tomato and save. Going for FNG here.
And now the big impetus.
That was pretty close, though. But either way, save netting himself yet another kill. He's going to find Nico Baby here now.
Save rotations have been on point, not just in this game, but also in the previous game. And putting multiple sentries just to be able to play with the creep is what actually won them the lane.
Yeah, and DM is able to just tank up all these creeps and the tower. There's no siege here, though. Still another couple minutes for that. As Nico Baby still inside the tree line, so it looks like they want to mount some sort of defense here. FNG on the sideline as well, gets the Splinter's blast off, connects onto DM. Gets the creeps relatively low, but Nico Baby has to be careful here. I mean,
he's level 5.
Yeah.
He can't do too much. I think he needs to bail out of this lane. Now he's level 6. Time to go.
Yeah, DM not too scared for his life here as we're going to get a pause as, again, just the laning stage itself, VP 2K net worth lead. This is not on the same level as last game, obviously, but still. It feels like one of these teams that just is mechanically extremely good in the early stages of the game, and they're able to snowball a lot of the time.
It is. It's the team that punishes all the small mistakes in the laning stage.
Here we go, another.
Another one. Like, we were just enjoying this so much.
Very nice. The Rainbow Death. Beautifully done. I love the sound effects when it's like super slow-mo. It's like... It's good stuff.
Dota sounds in general are top tier. You are a gamer, right, Suns fan? You played the different games. I didn't. I played Dota and Artifact. Pretty much these are my games.
Rip.
So, you know, I don't appreciate as much, but listening to sounds in other games feels very underwhelming.
I'm not an audiophile myself, but I do 100% agree. Like the sound effects, the voice acting specifically as well. Everything is very iconic in Dota. And you go to another game, I'm not going to name them, but there's another game I've been playing lately, and my God, it's bad by comparison. It actually bothers me. Valve has done such a... Okay, now I'm just being too kind here, but Valve has done such a good job of the sound effects that I've actually... You can tell the difference in other games as well now, which makes it a worse experience for me for playing other games. So... It's unfortunate.
Yeah, sometimes it's not good to set up the bar so high.
Yeah, it's like ignorance is bliss. That's the way I look at it. If you don't know how bad something is, then it's okay. But not this time around, sadly. But yeah, Alliance off to a little bit of a slow start. Obviously, it's still relatively early on, as it looks like... Is it like his... Let's read this chat here.
Mouse lag.
Oh, does he have the battery in his mouse? Is that what's going on?
I don't know. These new mouses should be relatively good.
You know,
I remember I was a gamer back in the days, you know, the mouse with the ball inside where you have to clean it. There's dust. There's a hair. Like, can't play. The reason why I missed the kill.
Yeah, because it's funny because a lot of people listening in right now or watching, I guess more listening in right now, but they won't even know what a ball mouse is. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. And I have this thing. You won't be able to... I'll try to describe this as best I can, but Lacoste will be watching me. Where back in the day, you know, you had to clean the ball mouse.
Yes.
So I would pick it up, and like I play a lot of FPS games back in the day. I'd lift it up and move my thumb over the ball itself, right, to clean it.
And it was a very satisfying move just to do it.
Exactly. Yeah. But the thing is, it became muscle memory, and I still do that with all these new tech. It doesn't do anything, and I still do it.
Well, maybe you should stop doing it.
I can't. It just feels so good. It's like a little tick that I have. I can't get rid of, you know, as we have... The podcast has come to an end. Thank you, Lacoste, for joining me today on this episode.
You're welcome.
We say nothing interesting at all. But back in the game we go. So VP 2K net worth lead. We can see Nico Baby now as the phase boot's going to be blade fearing this down with the help of Handskin. So a nice triple stack here.
That's a decent amount of gold for Juggernaut, who's not doing so well right now, sitting at almost 3,000 net worth compared to Raid King, who's... already at 4.
He does have Empower, right? That's the important thing.
That's the big deal. Like, you can stack the Ancients. Raid King can't really farm the Ancients.
Ooh, that's the item. I'm pretty... Okay, I was going to say. Thinking about other things right here, but Nico Baby. Yep, we have another triple stack here, this time of the Ancients.
Hanskin is really good at just taking some of the XP from the carry we saw in the previous game. 4 people just farming the Ancients, but he's always... I know, I can notice it because I do the same thing. Like, I'm just protecting you.
Top lane, Wraith Fire Blast into the Tornado. EMP, S4 still has enough mana to get off the Skewer, and as a result, will live through that engagement. And despite these Ancients... This is crazy. Ancients are being killed. Or he was trying to, at least. Either way, he's got some stacks here. They've actually gone down 1K on top of this lead that they had just a few seconds ago. Nico Baby has to spin to dodge that Wraith Fire Blast, but here comes the Cold Snap. S4 in the vicinity, though, and with that high ground...
They don't know. They don't know that he does not have ulti available. He has a 3-2-1 build, just going for more farm-oriented build. That means he's not going to be joining any fights.
Yep, very
This
true.
is like 200 IQ move there.
Yeah, just the fear of the Omni Slash. I definitely hear that one a lot. The level 1 Omni Slash. Very fearsome indeed. But yeah, he's finally going to start taking out some of these Ancients, and that is some money that he desperately needs, as you can see on the net worth. Not doing too hot right now. But, I mean, with the Empower, this is a hero that can come back for sure.
And here comes Hanskin once again. Just to help
your
out.
Ancients are close. Let me come. Get some experience.
He's gonna tank it up for him. I believe that was Nico's call, just be able to kill them. But yeah, I do the same thing, just lurking around. I know where XP AoE is. Now Magnus even comes to help out.
This is the slowest ancient stack ever. He shared so much XP with his team. Good old Nico, baby. You gotta love it. Always helpful to his teammates, but...
And now Puck is gonna steal some of the XP while picking up the rune.
Min-max.
This is unintentional, but...
yeah, quote-unquote unintentional for sure. But yeah, you can see that the network's starting to go a little bit more in Alliance's favor as a result of some of these stacks, although they have been taken out, like we've talked about, extremely slowly.
Yeah, not too much action happening. We have a Disruptor hitting level 6, so they could potentially make a move. And Axe is super farm. DM.
Oh, yeah.
Blink Dagger, oof. Vanguard, full magic one about to be delivered, and he also has a chipped West. Oh, 5 HP region. Also, the numbers got buffed up. That item was so bad.
And now it's so good. It's like the second best item now in the tier 1. Is S4. He's going to get jumped. The Blink Dagger reveals. Static Storm on top of the kinetic field to follow. Nightfall waiting for the Wraith Fire Blast. He'll get it off. Oh, a little bit late there. The Skewer comes out, but finally the glimpse back in, and that is going to be S4's death. Looks like GPK will get credit for that one. And meanwhile, in the bot lane, we're seeing FNG getting gone on. Looks like he'll live, though, as Limp forces everybody out.
But they get saved on the bottom lane.
Another Blink call, this time onto the support, Hanskin Leshrak. You can see Juggernaut has maneuvered himself to the enemy jungle at this point. But this looks like Hanskin's death at the very least with that Spirit Vessel applied as well.
And now they can deal some damage to the mid tower. Potentially there is no catapult. Tower damage a bit lacking for Virtus.pro until Wraith King shows up. Couple of right clicks, maybe some Skelly Bros.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Nightfall, he does have the Sacred Relic, so just a recipe away from finishing the Radiance here. Just a little bit slow on that Tornado, but Nico Baby able to maneuver himself to the top lane in the meantime. But I'm assuming once this Radiance comes online, that's kind of go time for VP. Wraith King is such a... like, you have this double life, you're very tanky, you want a team fight, your Invoker's really strong, your Axe is ridiculously strong right now.
Timing that you're looking for is level 12 plus Radiance and Wraith King, but if you are a God Gamer, you get Radiance before level 12. It's also good. Like, sometimes being too good at the video game is not a good thing.
That is a good point. I mean, they did change this not too long ago. Some micro buffs, I guess you could say, to the Wraith King ultimate. It's not as long as it used to be. I mean, I think it was 360 seconds at one point. I'm pretty sure, right? It was the longest cooldown in the entire game, not only 200 seconds. Nightfall might be getting gone on here. Of course, doesn't have his range. You're going to see the RP come out from S4. This will only be the first life as Nightfall just continuing to right-click now. He's going to get some reinforcements on the way. Yeah, not even. As we're going to see the call now, and they're going to be able to bring down FNG with the chop. S4 still in the trees, and they spot him. They just walk right in. That's going to be another freebie for VP.
I got to be honest, Suns fan, I don't know what the plan was. I thought there was going to be some kind of a backup. They definitely needed Puck to deal some damage with the Vanning Rift Orb or just the Witchblade.
Yeah.
I was a bit too ambitious for the amount of the damage that these two heroes do.
Yeah, and with that fight, that gives the Radiance to Nightfall. It's on the way right now. And like you said, only level 11, so we'll see how much they prioritize that level 2 version of Reincarnation.
Let's see. I think they get level 2 and then they decide to take a fight.
Limp, this would be a huge kill. Tornado into the Static Storm, but
curse.
The curse from FNG holds them at bay for now. Impetus continuing to do a lot of damage. The Cold Snap to follow. Limp's in a lot of trouble. He gets the coil off, though. Back into the Glimpse with the Spirit Vessel applied. Cold Embrace is not enough to keep him alive, but it might be a trade for GPK. This will be good for Alliance overall, but they're going to lose 2 now, and FNG looks to be next. At the very least, Alliance does get the mid laner, but it is going to cost them 3.
It was a good curse to try to split up the fight, but the Static Storm plus the damage coming up from Invoker. He uses a Cold Snap, Spirit Vessel. Glimpse is maxed out there, so they have vision. They glimpse back the Puck. Still, like, good kill. We see that the gold difference is still at 2,000. Impact move, good curse. Like, even Enchantress in the end manages to get some extra damage done on the Invoker, and we see the instant glimpse.
Yeah, and even though Alliance loses 3 members here, just the fact that that curse held them down for so long means that they could at least get the Invoker, which when you're down, you know, you'll take what you can get. But the problem is Nightfall is a beast. The Radiance obviously now has the level 12, so level 2 ult available. he has yet to even reincarnate to begin with, right? They can't even kill him once so far this game, at least. We have yet to see an Omni Slash either. I mean, in terms of Alliance's team fight, they just kind of scattering across the map for the most part.
Nico Baby decided to go for like just the triangle instead of fighting with the team, which I think is a correct choice. Needs to be able to get the items, use this Empower to come back into the game, finishes off SNY. I would say this is a standard build. Sometimes it's one farming item, but since he doesn't need it because he has Empower, you need status resistance against the Axe Call.
Yep, that's definitely true. As the triangle, they're going to go there. Kingslayer's going to take the full Omni Slash, and down he goes. But here comes the EMP, connects on S4, pops the wand, so has some mana to work with. We have the coil, only going to connect on a couple here, but there's the RP. This could be a big turnaround for Alliance. They're going to find GPK again, and DM looks to be next on the list. Double kill for Nico, baby. They ended up in the triangle where he has been spending the entire game, and Alliance is going to be really happy with that.
Maybe this fight would have been different if Axe didn't jump out immediately, because Jug was there, and if they shared some damage, let's say Axe uses a call, he jumps on him instead of a Disruptor. Disruptor gets the spells off. It could have been a different fight, but nice execution from Alliance, instantly killing off the Disruptor, and we will see that one again. The impact move, gonna be a nice RP from S4. Coil, just to keep them in place.
Yeah, the coil was only on one. That's what I thought, but Axe did stick around a little bit. But yeah, that sets up the RP. And big fight for Alliance for sure. And Nico Baby now, as a result of that, is starting to work his way up the net worth charts. Second overall in the game. And like you said, had the SNY going for the Diffusal next, so that's going to be kind of annoying for the Wraith King, but then again, the Shard kind of counters that, which...
It's just cheap damage, allows you to deal, like, just extra slow for a couple of crits. You get the value out of it. I don't know if there's a single hero in Dota that says, yeah, I don't like having mana.
That's Huskar, maybe.
Okay, there we go. That's one.
That's it. That's all I got. Maybe we can have a new hero do that. We're going to see the big call, but a nice Blade Fury in time. Curse to follow from FNG on the sideline. As a result, Alliance is able to get out here, but in the meantime, S4 getting caught in the Static Storm kinetic field. Nightfall on the other side has the Alacrity applied, but the Cold Embrace is there just in time to withstand the crit. And it looks like DM did fall in this engagement, but Nico Baby has the spin going off. The coil applied as well, just on the Enchantress, but they'll take what they can get right now. All they lose is Handskin. It's a 2-for-1. I think now Alliance perhaps on the run, but S4 still on the sideline. RP up in a few seconds. Doesn't have Blink, though.
Alliance is getting most out of these fights, going in and out, trading the supports for some bigger kills. And in this game, Axe, as I said, like you die 1 or 2 times, you need to be able to just survive. So instead of getting the Manta Style, which takes quite a lot of time to build up, decides to get a BKB, which I believe is the correct choice here. Now Nico Baby. Diffusal Blade done, so that's going to be a ton of damage. Aghanim Scepter queued up next to be able to deal with the supports.
Oh, Aghanim Scepter, okay. Yeah, I mean, SNY and Diffusal Blade, they do inherently give you some attack speed as well, so... I mean, at what point does Wraith King need to go for the Shard? Does this have to be like a 20-minute thing now that he sees the Diffusal, or is that really not that big of a concern since you have Wand?
Right now, he has 0 charges on the wand, so we'll see. Maybe next fight, if he dies due to mana burn. Dota carry players, very stubborn, very greedy, so they do not want to buy it.
I mean, it does provide a little bit of extra skeletons, right? When you respawn. I don't know if that's actually good or not.
Yeah, I didn't know that until like 3 months ago. I'm like, someone mentioned it. I'm like, what do you mean? What extra skeletons?
I mean, it synergizes technically well with his talents that nobody ends up taking anyway. So it's always the 25 move speed, I feel like. But I mean, it's nice to have something extra, right? It feels a little bit better than having to just, okay, well, this gives me a free roll now.
Yeah, it has to be something. What if it casts Reincarnation, like Great Fire Blast, only on one target that killed you that first time?
Oh, wow, that's very strong.
I mean, it's stronger than the 3 skeletons.
Yeah, of course. The skeleton thing is just to make it sound a little bit better, but we know it's not good. Although, I mean, if you don't have a lineup that can kill skeletons, I guess it can be annoying. And watch, we're going to curse ourselves here, and it's going to end up being very impactful this game somehow.
Yeah, he's going to cancel a Blink Dagger, 2 Blink Daggers with the Skellies.
The boys, as they call them. Yeah, Nightfall.
I miss the boys, the real boys. You know, what was the original name? No, not the TV show.
Oh,
RP
the RP!
or nothing.
Oh, so close though. So close. Continue.
What are they
What
called?
the boys?
Prowlers or something.
Oh, the Prowler?
Prowlers, yeah.
Yeah, I love those.
And they were called the boys.
Oh, I didn't know that. Today I learned as save, you can see, TPing out. And, oh man, that was probably like 0.2 seconds off. Very, very close. And FNG pretty happy about that.
Bottom tower is under attack.
All right, GPK. I mean, we talked about this build last game. It's pretty much tried and true. And is going for the Aghanim Scepter, so the Cataclysm will be available relatively shortly. And he has good setup with the Kinetic Field as well.
Kinetic Field, right Fire Blast, and most importantly, Axis Call. I don't think Virtus.pro should take the fights until the next set of items where they get Aghanim Scepter, BKB
How much
on
gold
Axe.
did VP receive so far from killing Nico Baby's wards? Take a guess.
Nico Baby's wards?
I think that's what it said.
175.
Sorry, his healing ward.
Oh, the 400.
Oh, DM's going to jump in with the Berserker's Call 400. Okay, I'm going to go 550. As Nightfall gets the Wraith Fire Blast, but a glimpse back into the Kinetic Field Static Storm, but there's the Curse on top of the Cold Embrace.
He's not receiving damage.
Nico Baby is perfectly fine now. Gets off the Omni Slash as well. It's going to be tanked up a bit by those skeletons, and we hear DM chop down FNG in the meantime. Nightfall with that BKB being shown. Looks like the coil only onto one for now. Limp is the one taking heavy damage. Gets the phase shift off, but he believes he's going to die to the Radiance.
Oh,
He's not careful. Yeah,
dies anyway.
In range. And now S4 on the run. DM. All right, you got the call. Canceled it off. S4 with that Battle Hunger applied. DM's going to continue to try to catch up. Skewer is available, though. It's going to be a pretty hard kill to get here. DM. Blink is up in 5 seconds, and the Tornado does connect on the Handskin, so that looks to be a freebie for VP. And DM finally gives up on this kill.
There's no Disruptor in the vicinity, so that means there's not going to be a good glimpse. They have a good like front line with Skellies. There we go, providing the vision for the team, so potentially a good glimpse back. We saw the strength of Wyvern Heal, level 10 talent, plus a Holy Locket.
300 gold, you were correct. Good job.
300? Did I say 300?
No, but you were...
I was closer than you. Okay.
Yeah. As we see the Cold Embrace heal on top of... I mean, the Wyvern these days with the Holy Locket, this feels like something that's going to get tweaked in a bit. Maybe they get rid of the talent or something like that. It's a lot of healing in these fights.
Too much healing. Like, they need a Spirit Vessel on top of it. The Invoker uses a combo, full Static Storm. Still, you out-regen the damage coming out from it.
Yeah. All right. Well, now the state of the game is only a 2K net worth lead for VP. So definitely something Alliance can try to work to get around. And first Roche has not even been attempted yet, which 23 minutes in the game is a bit odd. As the Tomato is going to be scouting it out for VP. And yeah, Juggernaut almost done with his Aghanim Scepter, so he'll have that Swift Blade, which I will be calling every Omni Slash Swift Slash and vice versa.
Yeah, I call it Quick Slash or Mini Slash. These are my words that I use.
Mini Slash, I like that. I'll definitely try to remember to say that one.
You gotta give me credit, though.
No, okay, I'll give you the credit during the call out as well. Oh, Kingslayer. We see the blink into the skewer, and that's going to be a freebie for Alliance this time. Does have buyback available. And, I mean, the Roche isn't... Not like they have a super fast Roche, although Puck does have Desto now.
So that's some cheap damage, also having Empower on him. And now they smoke. Buyback coming out from Kingslayer. They want to take this fight.
Yeah, absolutely. Nightfall just going to run right in. Of course, has those 2 lives to work with. Gets the Wraith Fire Blast to start things off. But in the enemy jungle, Alliance goes as well. And with that buyback, we'll see if they can have a big impact on this Disruptor. Nightfall inside the pit. They can see that Roche has not even been attempted here right now. So they're going to feel pretty safe. They do get the glimpse off, though, into the kinetic field. DM gets the Berserker's Call off as well. He's getting healed, but the impetus goes right through, and then Handskin just getting right-clicked by Nightfall. In the meantime, they do take out the Disruptor. And that is a dieback on Kingslayer. Nico Baby, though, he has to be careful. He's already used his spin.
Nice
DM
call.
gets the blink call into the Cataclysm and the right clicks to follow Nightfall, but a big curse. But there's the BKB from Nightfall. He doesn't have to worry about it now. Still getting healed, though, in the meantime. But these right clicks are going to be way too much. Oh, he gets off the Omni Slash this time. So we'll survive a little bit longer. And the Culling Blade was a little bit late. Wasn't able to finish him off, and Nico Baby will live and actually gets the healing ward down. Still 3v4, and they know that Disruptor's dead for another 40 seconds.
Yeah, that's still a good trade for Virtus.pro. Nightfall runs in, provides them with the vision to be able to use the glimpse. They are able to just burst him down before he can get any of the spells off. And the Raid King pops the BKB, so he's not affected by the curse, goes in. They almost managed to bring him down, needed a bit more extra damage. As you mentioned, the Culling Blade came in a bit too early. A Wyvern, dude, Wyvern heal is insane in these fights.
Yes. If he didn't have that talent, 100% Jug dies there. 100%. That was super, super close. See the Greaves pop now in Alliance. Looks like they want to fight. We have 0 buybacks on the table for each respective team.
Something we don't usually see. 25 minutes in, everyone just investing the gold in item.
Yep, very true. Yeah, so this next fight's essentially going to tip the scales in terms of who gets that first Roche. See Handskin with that Diabolic Edict. The fortification's actually going to be popped, so he has to be a little bit careful here. Nightfall looking for Handskin in turn.
Now they know where he is.
Yep.
Glimpse back.
Glimpse into the Ray Fire Blast. And that is going to be an easy one for VP. Does create a little bit of space, but that's 45 seconds of no Lesh. Is this enough of an opening to go for Roche? Of course, they don't know that he doesn't have buyback, so they do have to be a little bit careful here. S4 will blink out, and Nightfall just continuing his rampage down, working on Assault Cuirass, and then blink thereafter. All right, so the Roche attempt is here. Alacrity applied to Nightfall. He can solo this, no problem. They have Static Storm. They have everything online.
If there's an RP, there will be Static Storm dropped on top of him, or just instant blink initiation from Axe to try to cancel it.
You might even see Static Storm on top of Roche towards the end of
yes, but it's a possibility to be able to lock down the Puck. Puck doesn't have a defensive item, going for a very greedy build. Sometimes we see the third item, Eon Disc, which I think he needs a defensive item.
S4 is going for the skew. On the other side now is Nightfall. He's going to pop his BKB, and inside that Static Storm is S4. Cataclysm to follow. That is a dead Magnus. Buys back in the game, still has his RP, so they have to be careful. Nico Baby already using his Blade Fury. Going to get out the Omni Slash just in time. Beautifully done. Finds 1 kill. Save with the Ghost Scepter is going to save him from now. And now they have to be careful. Wraith King, that's his first life. He's going to be surrounded now with 5 members of Alliance still alive after the buybacks come through. There's the RP, only onto 1, but will it be enough to actually take him out? Looks like with that Swift Slash, the answer to that is yes. No buyback available onto the Wraith King. And now Invoker getting pounded down by Limp. But in the meantime, Nico Baby taking a lot of damage from the Impetus, but a nice curse saving him. And they'll be able to turn this around with another skewer. Full team wipe, cost them some buybacks. But this is a Roche for Alliance.
Yeah, that was a huge Omni Slash on Axe. Enchantress uses a Ghost Scepter just to be able to survive, and Axe tanks it fully. No Berserker Call whatsoever, so that means no extra armor. And it was a good skewer, a good play from Alliance, understanding that even if they lose a hero or 2, they're still gonna be able to buy back. So S4 goes in, relatively tanky. Cataclysm takes out the FNG, so they need to buyback on multiple heroes to win this fight. Some extra gold coming out from the Healing Ward once again, but big W for Alliance.
Yeah, the fact that Static Storm and Nightfall's BKB went off at the same time, a little bit unfortunate for VP. I think it was slight miscommunication, but that's just in the heat of the moment type thing. And S4 obviously having buyback is not something you always take into account, but ends up getting the RP in the end that he needed.
And now we're gonna see some defensive items on Alliance to be able to survive through the initial burst damage and the call combo from the Cataclysm. So Eon Disc queued up by Puck. I believe Magnus is also going for one. Will be disassembling the Arcane Boot, so he's getting very close. Winter Wyvern has one. Leshrac having one. What is this game, Suns fan? 4 Eon Disc queued up at the same time.
Yeah, not a big fan of this item, if I'm being perfectly honest. I mean, this might be the literal only item I would actually be okay being deleted from the game. I don't know how you feel about it, but not a big fan myself. Is S4 gonna jump in?
I was fine with it because I was abusing the item when it wasn't so popular, but now that everyone knows about it, Secret is out.
Oh, what you're saying is you're a hipster, in other words. Nightfall is going to be taken out. That's his first life. And they still have the skewer available to bring him down to the low ground. But there's a Static Storm onto 2 heroes with the curse to follow. The Eon Disc procs and Save continuing to pound away with that impetus in the meantime. But there's the big skewer onto 3. Double kill for Nico, baby. Huge combo from S4. And now the Swift Slash, Omni Slash, whatever the hell you want to call it. Another
Any
kill
slash,
for
but
Alliance.
this is a huge win for Alliance. They're gonna go for the possible high ground.
Oh, Kingslayer living for now.
Limp will
And the
clean him up.
Witchblade for the win.
Yeah, they're gonna go for the high ground. It feels like they just don't have enough right now. They're not being able to go through the damage. Like they can't burst down the Juggernaut. That's one big issue. He's super tanky, sitting at 34 armor, has Aegis on top of it, and good execution there.
Yeah,
RP
sure.
from Magnus, skewer back into full Omni Slash. You never know if it's Omni Slash or the Quick Slash.
I really never know. It's true. You don't know until it's over.
Yeah, you pretty much pray like, oh god, I hope he misclicked and went for the mini one.
Yeah. All right, this is going to be a full set of racks on the bottom lane. 4 heroes alive for VP. The question is, can they hold another racks while Wraith King still waits to come back the old-fashioned way? 15 seconds ago, they're actually going to smoke, so it looks like they want to try to defend this, but it might be too late. Tornado coming in, Nico baby. They're playing this a little bit safe now. They're gonna get that full racks. And here's, okay, the Cataclysm on top of the Static Storm, but the Eon Disc procs again on top of the heals, and Nico baby going absolute ham onto that Enchantress. DM looks to be next on his list. And this will be a second kill in all likelihood, but Nightfall has come to play as well. Still has that ultimate available, so the second life still up and running. The Axe has to go heal though. Nightfall has to pop the BKB and run.
Oh,
there's a Swift
anti-combo.
Flash. Yeah, a little bit of miscommunication there, but still, Alliance with the Aegis. Not too worried about the state of things right now with a 14K net worth lead and 2 full racks.
Since they've taken the tier 2 tower on the top lane with less rack, now they can go and try to possibly end the game. The amount of healing that they do with the Healing Ward, with the Winter Wyvern, it's a 15-second cooldown. What is he bringing? He's bringing something. Shard, okay, so it's going to be even more healing, reduces the cooldown by 5 seconds.
And the tier 3 tower now being pounded on. See the Tornado. A little minus armor there. All right, we got the Euls to start things out onto Axe, potential initiation, but the Splitter's going to connect into, I'm going to assume it was a Swift Slash, but we'll see.
It is.
He still has Omni Slash. All right, thank you very much. It's a buyback now into the Axe. Nico baby.
Full HP.
Heal is
nothing
absurd.
wrong there.
The heal is actually absurd. Now that is a true Omni Slash, and that is a dieback for DM. And this looks to be going to game number 3. Swift Slash now. I'm getting them all right,
Yeah.
Lacoste, as GGs are called. Alliance, after getting absolutely destroyed in game 1, come back with a vengeance.
Pretty much the perfect game from Nico baby in this one. Gets level